Okay, now I'm just gonna switch up the breakdown a little bit here, guys. So this is a spiral ride. The next one's called a chop. Okay, this spiral ride, this is gonna be called a chop breakdown. So basically what I'm doing is I'm gonna be chopping in this arm. And this one I come back behind his hips in order to bring him down. The two things, the most important critical things here are my knees and my hips on this, okay? So when I go to break him down, I'm gonna be chopping his arms, but what I wanna do mostly is I put my knee in front of his knee here, and then this knee here is gonna help me break him down. So it's this motion that actually does the breakdown. Most time people spend so much time trying to break this arm down when it's really the irrelevant part. Really what I'm doing is I'm just trying to block that arm so at the same time my knees and hips can create the breakdown, okay? In order to do it, my back knee has to be underneath his butt cheek here, okay? My front knee comes right inside of his knee so that I've got a good pinch. For me, the whole time I would ride somebody, I always rode pinching this near hip here, okay? So even if we, base up a little bit. So if we're sitting here, it's hard to base up too because I'm constantly putting this pressure down. I'd be in spiral ride situation, I'd come out, I'd come back, and I'd pinch this knee. Now from here, as I'm pinching, I'm pushing forward with my back knee. See how I'm pushing over his knee? Now it makes it real easy to do a chop. So all I do is just go put my hand over the top of his forearm, and then I'm just gonna drive his body over the top of that elbow, okay? Here, I'm riding. I'm tight with my hips all the time. There's a lot of pressure. I'm bumping my spiral, and now I'm gonna go back behind. As I go behind, my front knee goes inside of in front of his knee. My back knee goes right behind his, right below his butt, right in the middle. So now right here, I start creating this pressure. This knee's pulling in, and this knee's pushing forward. Push, pull, okay? Here, push, push, and driving. As I do, my back foot keeps creeping up, okay? As my back foot keeps creeping up, sit backwards once. Can't sit back, okay? So now he keeps losing his pressure. Now I bump a little bit more, I inch it up, inch it up. So far my arms have done nothing, and I've got him broken down, okay? So again here, well, this time what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come out, I go over the top of his arms time, inside knee, back knee, pinch it with my knees and my hips, and I squeeze this knee down. As I do, now what I'm doing is I'm concentrating, I'm driving over this arm, and my far arm is gonna catch his wrist right here. Okay. Back here, I'm spiraling, come back, I go over the top of his arm, front of his knee, behind his knee. I drive forward, drive over. I push that arm right to my opposite hand so I can catch this wrist. When I catch it, I want to have my middle finger and my thumb right in that little space. Feel that space between your hand and your wrist. Feel that little space, and everybody do it. Grab your own wrist. Feel that little space in there? I concentrate all my energy on my middle finger and my thumb. The other fingers are all just supplemental. Those two fingers right there inside that little gap is what rides and holds on to somebody's wrist, okay? I get that there, and I cinch it tight to his body, okay? From here, we'll go into some different rides and turns, but for right now, I just want to get it here, cinch it. I've got his hips flat. I've got him down on the ground in a good breakdown position. One more time. Here, his knee comes in front. You guys ever, how many of you guys ever wrestled around with Jacob Volkman in here? Yeah, he was the master of this in college wrestling. This guy just be like this the whole time. And if you ever grapple with him, you feel it all the time too, even though he's not in a ride position. When you get behind him, he's always bumping like that. Here, bump, knee in front, drive over, far wrist, hold tight. We'll work on where to go from there. So you really got to work on that knee pressure. It's a hard position to learn. It's a hard pressure to learn. So let's go ahead and work on it a bit. Right.